Hello from London! Welcome to part one of our European adventures. We took the red eye from New York to London and we arrived a couple hours ago. We sort of checked into a hotel. We checked into our parents' room at the hotel. What are they doing? They don't know. Oh, parents. Their room was ready early, so we checked in, we freshened up, and we are about to go hit the town. And today, taking it low key. Just gonna go walk around and then Dishoom tonight, which we're super excited about. Okay, we split up for a second so we could bring Mom to her favorite place, Ben's Cookies, to get, what cookie do you get?
Ginger and dark chocolate.
It's her
my
favorite. It's so good. I got the dark chocolate chunk. And this is always like our first stop as soon as we get to London. We have to go to bed.
This was my first experience, my first time in London, because we got off at the tube station here and we got
bite there. And then came and got cookies right next to each other. So now we gotta go find Ashley and Dad. Walked our way towards Hyde Park. We have been to London many times, as you guys know, but never in the fall. So this is the first time to see fall colors and stuff in London, and it's so pretty, and it's the perfect crisp fall day. Okay, these are the infamous okra fries that we love so much. You got the okra fries. He's eating it. Thoughts? Well, Dad doesn't like okra, so he's trying the okra fries.
I'm still not real fond of the texture.
You don't like the texture?
But the taste isn't okra-y.
The taste isn't okra. Well, you've had about 5, so you're liking them.
It's not bad.
We crashed hard last night. I hadn't slept in, I don't know, a long time. I think I was asleep by like 8:30. But it's 7 a.m. I just woke up and Shelby texted me that she's about to go run across the street to grab some coffee and breakfast. So I'm gonna go meet her really quick. And then we'll come back and get ready for a day of adventures. Morning. Wish she was like cheddar egg souffle something. Nicole's awake? Yeah. When I woke her up to ask Nicole's like, she said she doesn't want something, but then like I know she does want something. I'm getting cautious. Good morning, London. Look at my coffee. Oat milk latte from Gales.
And if
I got a double espresso.
if you remember from the last London vlog when I cried when we saw this jam at Gales, they forgot
Shelby's
lavender.
favorite thing. She bought
I
it.
know.
I got a not gluten-free cinnamon bun, but I don't care.
Got an almond croissant and a blueberry muffin for Nicole. Oh, I gotta go get ready now. Next
Yeah.
time you'll see me, I'll look a lot different
Yeah.
than this.
Same.
I
I'll
just
be
woke
more
up.
awake.
Although I went to bed at 7:30 and woke up at. I didn't end up getting up until 6:30, so I got like 11 hours of sleep. So hopefully we're good to go. Although I texted Dad and he just sent me the tired emojis. So I don't
Well,
know.
I think they were sleeping at like 5, so who knows what time they woke up.
I don't know. All right, Operation Get Ready.
There's a hotel. Dressed and ready to go take on the day. So today is our only full day in London. Nicole has never been to London and our dad has never been to London. So even though Shelby and myself have been here a bunch of times, Mom has been here with us, we are hitting some of the tourist highlight spots this trip for Dad and Nicole. But to do that, we're actually doing something that I have never done, and that is take one of those big bus tours. So that's what we're doing today. The bus stops right outside our hotel. So we're gonna go hop on that. We're gonna go do a little tourist day of London via the bus. We'll get off the bus several times to go and explore. We're gonna go to Notting Hill. Portobello Road Market is happening today. We're going to do the like London Eye, Parliament, Westminster Abbey area, Tower of London, and Buckingham Palace. Although I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that it is King Charles and not the Queen at Buckingham Palace. That's so weird to say. Anyways, that's our day, little tour. And then later this afternoon, we are gonna do a Beatles driving tour. We have like a little private driver coming to pick us up from our hotel. We're gonna go hit the Beatles sites. I think that is the #1 thing that our dad is looking forward to. And that'll be fun because we've done like Abbey Road and stuff before, but we haven't actually done like this formal tour. So I'm actually looking forward to that as well. And then we're gonna do a classic British pub dinner. So that's kind of what to expect from us today. And I think everybody is downstairs, so I'm gonna go meet them and we're gonna be off. we're back at the hotel. We popped into Nando's really quick to get a little, it's the wild herb, it's not spicy, to get a little snack. Shelby's eating some mashed potatoes with a fork that I stole. Sorry, Nando's. They didn't have takeaway forks. How else is she supposed to eat mashed potatoes? And we're gonna split this veggie burger. And then we are off on our Beatles tour.
To Hyde Park now.
Okay.
As we head north to the start, we go up. It's we've got 8 royal parks in London, and this is the largest one.
Okay.
Called Edward Edgar. He was a composer of classical music. So it opened. Rush back. Need to write something on it. If anybody wants to write anything, I've got the pens there. Well, look like you. Yeah, take my picture.
From Liverpool.
So, but it doesn't need the money, does it?
No.
No.
So yeah, right around the corner from. So he bought it. He bought it in '65. Going on the acting job and coming back, he'd got into drugs and women and everything, you know, rock and roll. So when she come back, a couple of things happened here. There's 2 tracks. One's called Martha, My Dear. I don't know if you know that one, and that's based on. This is Jane Asher, by the way. The split level is the basement and the ground level.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest are separate apartments.
Okay.
Yeah, and most of these are long era apartments. They started out life as houses, but most of them are apartments.
Okay.
Yeah, so it gives birth to baby Zach, and they want a bit more space. So that's when he moves out to Weybridge, which is a very posh area in the suburbs with big properties and loads of grounds. Same as, you know, later John buys a house there as well, and so does George. It's not John.
Yeah.
His ghost is here.
Yeah. So Ringo moves out and he decides to sublet the apartment.
Okay.
The first people that use this is Paul McCartney. Now he's living with the girlfriend at the girlfriend's parents' house, which we're on our way to.
Okay.
Yeah, the Ashers. Jane Asher, the actress. The father was a doctor. The mother was a music teacher. And he sets up with his friend, a sound engineer called Ian Somerville. He sets up 2 Revox reel-to-reel recording tapes in the basement. And then he's working on. He does a couple of demos. And he's working on some avant-garde. He's going for a period where it's a bit avant-garde, and he's working on spoken word albums. Yeah, which he released on a label called Zapple. So Apple Records, but with a Z on it, Zapple. Right? Didn't really amount to much. But while he was here, he composed Eleanor Rigby. Right? In that basement, he composed it, yeah? And he also did the first demo from I'm Looking Through You. And we'll talk about I'm Looking Through You when we go to Jane Asher's, because it was Jane Asher inspired that song. So when they first got together, 3 or 4 songs were all about love. And then after it was going a bit sour, 3 or 4 songs were about what the period that they were going through that, you know, wasn't going so great. One of those is I'm Looking Through You. We'll hear that later. They're in that bed and he wakes up one morning and he's got this tune in his head. He's dreamt a tune and he's humming it away, and he comes down and he's having breakfast and he's humming the tune, and so he wrote a little bit down, and so he originally wrote a song called Scrambled Eggs because he's having breakfast, right?
Yes.
He's woke up from a dream. And then he's going to himself, that's ridiculous, how can you dream a tune in your head? There's no way I've done that. So what he does is he starts playing it to everyone and anyone that will listen. And everyone's saying, no, I've never heard that before. And in the end, after a week or so, he says to himself, well, I literally must have dreamed that tune. So the tune that he initially wrote down as Scrambled Eggs then became this one, which is today the most recorded and covered record in history. In music history, 3,000 artists have covered this song. So it was Scrambled Eggs, it's now called
Yesterday.
Good morning from London. It is a bit rainy this morning, but Shelby, Nicole, and I are gonna brave the rain and we are gonna go walk over to Farm Girl for a breakfast. And I'm really excited. We've been before, not to this location, but we've been to the one in Notting Hill on a past trip. So I am very excited to get some coffee and some breakfast. And then shortly after that, we are off to Paris. So we are wrapping up our time in London this morning, but I'm very excited for our next adventure. That ended up being a bit of an adventure. We arrived to Farm Girl to find out that they were opening late today, which that's Europe. They just can decide to change the hours sometimes. We instead headed next door to a cafe called Brown and Rosie, which we have actually eaten at also on a previous trip. So that was fine. It was delicious. I really enjoyed my breakfast, got some coffee, and while we were eating, it started pouring down rain, so we had to walk back to our hotel in the rain, which was a bit unfortunate because now we are quite damp and we are about to leave. So I'm gonna quickly dry off my umbrella so I can throw it in my bag because we have a car coming in a few minutes to take us to the train station. We are taking the Eurostar train to Paris and I'm very excited. So that's gonna wrap up our London portion of our travels and we will see you guys in Paris.